Welcome back to Mindful Matters, where being mindful matters. I come across this news clip last night of a daycare worker beating a child. Here, let's take a look at it.
New tonight, a daycare worker arrested in Bainbridge. Yvette Thurston is facing felony child abuse charges for her alleged treatment of a toddler. Thurston was arrested at Little Blessings, a church child care facility, and is still wearing that Little Blessings shirt in this booking photo. The child's father shared photos of his 1-year-old son online and with us, but we want to warn you first, these images are startling. This is Clay Weeks. His father, Corey, says this happened on Clay's first day. Bainbridge Public Safety says they were called to the facility Monday just before 7 p.m. BPS has not released any details about what happened, but says officers were able to watch video surveillance of the incident. Thurston has bonded out of the Decatur County Jail and was ordered to have no contact with anyone under 18 or the Weeks family.
Okay. Well, she'll get what she deserves. But the thing is, I'm trying not to make excuses. Make excuses for people. I just try to figure it out. It's why. So, I mean, it's couldn't be lack of training. Because I'm sure most businesses and companies like that require you to have a certain amount or a certain type of training. Especially if you're working in a daycare like that where it's loud and noisy. I mean, come on, these are children. They're going to be loud and noisy. They're going to be crying. They're going to be screaming. Does she have the discipline to work there? How long has she worked there? How long has she worked in a daycare setting? Does she have any teaching background? There's a lot of things that, impulse control issues. She could be struggling regulating her emotions. Don't do well under pressure. She could have a history of trauma or even abuse herself. And it's manifesting it in that manner. She could have a personality disorder, such the antisocial personality disorder, lack of empathy, aggression. Like the attitude of I don't do well in a social setting. And so that's possible. But she might have the mindset of, well, children need to be tough. They need to learn the hard way. She might have that type of attitude, and that could be how she was raised. But that still don't justify, what she done, and that goes back to common sense. I mean, what was she thinking? Actually, you can sit and speculate, the psychological part of it, but until you really know, it comes out of her own mouth, you're really not going to understand why or what reasoning she had. There's no justifiable reasoning, but in her mind there was. But she'll get what she deserves. That's she'll get what she deserves. So I want everybody to have a good, peaceful day and stay safe and be nice.